Hello, my name is Patty Roller, and today I'm going to be making an Easter arrangement that you can use on your table. Something pretty simple so that you can make it at home. What I do first, I have the glue pan. We use that at work, but you can use a glue gun or some tape, and you take a piece of the Sahara or styrofoam, press it into the container, and then I take a little bit of the Spanish moss or some moss. You can use whatever you have at home and cover the Sahara up so that you don't see what's in the container. Then I would take a few of these twigs that I found outside in the yard. So you can use things that you have. So we stick those in there. I like to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of every stick so I know it's really secure in the arrangement. So what we want to use is something with a little bit of height, and I have this. I try to shape each little part up so that it has some motion or fluidity to it. So we'll put that there in the center. And then we want to put in some foliage so that we cover up the mechanics of the arrangement, like the Sahara, and any space that might be there. And you can use several different kinds of foliage on this so that you can keep it interesting looking. We'll keep it kind of small at the base. Each one of these that you put in, you want to give it a little bit of shape too so that your arrangement doesn't look real rigid or unnatural. So that was a little bit of Fittonia. And now we can use a little bit of this variegated ivy in here, which all has a spring look to it. I usually cut apart each stem because some of the stems are real long and we don't need that kind of length in the arrangement. So we'll keep it kind of short and compact. That way if you use it on your table during the Easter dinner, you won't have to move the arrangement. You can leave it right there. People can see over it or through it. And right now what is really popular too is the grass. Very natural looking arrangements. So we'll use a little bit of grass in here. I'm thinking in this arrangement I might use a little nest with a bird in it. Put a little bit of glue on that. I try and stick it to the foliage in the arrangement. We'll put a little bit of moss in it. Put a little bit of glue on it so it all sticks together. And then we'll put our bird in. A little bit of glue again. Just set it there at the side. And then I also have some little Easter eggs that we can put in here. Since my nest is kind of small, we'll use the smaller of the Easter eggs here. Place them. Now we'll finish up with our flowers. Some yellow daisies, nice and bright and colorful. And we can use those in different heights. Put some in the back of the arrangement, some in the front. We'll have some tall, and some will be shorter. And maybe a couple of the daffodils. Keep this real springy looking. So you could have this on your table now, and you can use it through Mother's Day into June even. So we use some of the daffodils. You can use daffodils if you like. You could use some iris, some tulips. You can use whatever flowers you want. And you can use this basic design for any time of the year too. So you can make yourself a Christmas arrangement or a fall arrangement using this same design. Here's something that's interesting, like a curly willow type foliage. Put a little bit of that in there. And this is a pick that I put on the bottom of it when I know it's going to be a little difficult to put into the arrangement. Pick helps hold it in place along with the glue that we use. sometimes if I have foliage that doesn't have a flower on anymore, so that I use every part of the silk bush, I will go ahead and just add that for foliage to try to make it a little more interesting. Fill in some spaces. And now we'll add a couple of white daisies for a little bit of contrast in color. We want to keep it interesting. This daisy I'm able to cut apart and get 2 pieces out of. That way you get more for your money. And I think if we put a couple of iris in there, it'll finish it off. This adds to the spring look. Now this is an arrangement that we would probably sell for about $45 in our shop. Very springy. You can use it on the table or wherever you need an arrangement. Nice and bright and colorful. Thank you and have a great day.